Hey guys, I'm TheLivingBoris. Thank you for joining me on another YouTube video on a weekly nerdy roundup. So guys, I know I haven't really posted in the past week and a half or so. Sorry about that. I've, just to be honest, haven't been in the greatest of moods, and I just figured that recording a video just wasn't in me. But I'm back now, and I hope to start recording content more often for you guys again, so you guys can leave your comments and let me know what's on your mind about the nerdy stuff we love. So today I want to talk about some things. Number one that I want to talk about is Wakanda Forever. I got to see it finally. It's something I've been waiting for a long time, and I'm just so happy with the outcome of it. Number two is the fact that Blumhouse and James Wan are joining together to make just one major production studio. I wonder how that's gonna go. And the last thing I want to bring up to you guys and you gaming nerds out there that like to play video games, this week until the 23rd, that's Wednesday of next week, Evil Dead, the game, is up for free on Epic Games. Go check it out. Just type it into your Epic Games launcher. If you don't have it, I'll leave a link in the description down below to the Epic Store so you can download the launcher. It's a free game right now, and as long as you claim it by Wednesday, November 23rd, 2022, it's yours. All right, guys, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. First, we're gonna talk about, like I said, Wakanda Forever. This is a movie that I was waiting for so long, ever since the first one came out. I mean, the first Black Panther movie was something that was very powerful to me. I love Michael B. Jordan, so it was something that from the get, I knew I was gonna enjoy his acting at the very least. I got introduced to Chadwick Boseman in Civil War, and I loved his character then, and I loved the empathy and the strength the character showed, and the strength of showing forgiveness and letting go of vengeance even after his father was killed. Talking about Chadwick Boseman, for me, like much of you, is just a hard topic in general because, you know, he's someone I'm sure most of us thought that we were gonna have around in the MCU for a long time after that first Black Panther movie. After Endgame, after seeing T'Challa there, we just thought we had our king T'Challa there for the foreseeable future and might have been the leader of the next Avengers team or something. And unfortunately, real life happened and we lost our king. So Chadwick Boseman, you know, even though it's been 2 years now, rest in power. I want to talk about Letitia Wright playing Shuri in this one. Letitia Wright took the Shuri role very seriously. Shuri was very, very, very powerful in this movie. Shuri was a very emotional character in this movie, and Letitia Wright, even though I know the poor girl had so much trouble during production of this movie, you can tell she followed through in the end. She got back, she reshot her movies, she reshot her scenes, and did an amazing, amazing job. Shuri was just such a powerful character who had so much to learn throughout the movie, and by the end of the movie, she lived up to what her mother wanted for her, what her brother wanted for her. And she was just such an amazing actress in this one. Another great addition to this movie was Riri Williams as Ironheart. She just felt very real. I mean, every time I listened to her, I felt like I was listening to a real person, not somebody acting. She was super funny. She was super down to earth. She was super intelligent. The actress playing this role also took this role very seriously, and she had a lot of fun with it at the same time, and it was obvious through her performance, and she was just such a great support to Wakanda. And another strong point for me in Wakanda Forever was Mr. Tenoch Huerta. Mr. Huerta just did an amazing, amazing job as Namor. And Namor just became an amazing, amazing, amazing thing that I want to see moving forward in the MCU. And if anyone in the MCU production team ever hears this, yes, por favor, bring back Namor. We need him in the MCU. We need Latin representation in the MCU to stick around, and this guy did an amazing job. The fact that the MCU even took the Namor character and turned it into this beautiful Mayan story, pulling it away from Atlantis, was just such a cool idea to begin with. Something which many of us in America that are Latinx just you know, we crave for that too. You know, everyone likes to see the representation of their culture in these movies. And, you know, it's not, you know, hey, let's make the MCU a Latin thing, or let's make the MCU an all-girl thing, or let's make the MCU an all-white thing, or an all-black thing. The MCU has become something very serious when it comes to inclusion and how everyone in this world has the power to be a superhero. And they just took it with Namor, and Mr. Tenoch Huerta brought it to the table. It was just so beautiful to watch. Watching him introduce Talokan to Shuri on screen was just such a beautiful moment. From the cinematography of that moment to the music playing in the background, it just all was so wonderful. And Mr. Huerta giving the description of what Talokan was just a fun scene. It was very, very fun to watch him and Shuri interact. And by that, I mean interact in a positive circumstance, or what seemed positive. Moving on to some other movie news this week. Like I said earlier in the video, James Wan, Blumhouse, Jason Blum, they're merging together to make an amazing, big production studio. And I think they're gonna, you know, basically take over the horror industry. They're gonna take over the horror industry. I mean, we gotta think about all the franchises that these two production studios own independently. Blumhouse has given us Jordan Peele and his amazing movies. Blumhouse has given us the 2018 to 2022 Halloween movies, completing the Michael Myers saga. Blumhouse is also responsible for the Paranormal Activity, Sinister, and Purge franchises. They've previously worked already with James Wan on the Insidious franchise. And this year alone, Blumhouse brought us something super creepy in The Black Phone with Ethan Hawke. Moving over to James Wan gave us the Conjuring universe, and the Conjuring universe is something I am super biased about because it's just my favorite horror franchise out there. Conjuring 1 was something that struck me pretty well, and when it came to horror, it actually scared me. It had great jump scares. I actually caught myself feeling nervous in a dark room after that movie, which is not something that happens to me often. Continuing on to the rest of the Conjuring franchise, you know, anything that has an Ed and Lorraine Warren story in it is something that I'm most likely gonna enjoy. But James Wan gave us that. James Wan is also the original mind behind the Saw franchise. And most recently, James Wan actually directed Aquaman 1 and 2 for Warner Brothers over at DC. If you take all those productions and you put them together, you have everything you pretty much want out of recent horror movies. I mean, I'm pretty sure Blumhouse and James Wan are starting to see maybe A24 Studios and Productions as a competition, as they're growing as a small indie thing, so maybe they just want to take it to an even higher level by merging their production companies. My only fear is that in the merge of these two companies, we might start seeing a huge snowball in the horror franchise industry grow. And what happens to big snowballs at the top of the mountain? They roll down faster and they roll out of control and they break apart faster than that. Tell me in the comments down below what you think. Do you think it could snowball out of control merging these two companies together? Do you think it'll survive? Do you think we're going to see positive things out of it? One of the things I'm personally super excited about is just the knowing that The Conjuring 4 is being worked on, and thumbs up to that idea. I can't wait to catch that movie. In another piece of weekly news for you, the Evil Dead game is free this week alone on Epic Games Store. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave a link to download the Epic Games launcher down below. Just go ahead, create an account and claim the game for free before the 23rd. That's Wednesday of next week, 2022. You know, a lot of us like the Evil Dead franchise, and one of the cool things about this video game is that Mr. Bruce Campbell himself is the star character in the game. This is a multiplayer game that you can play online with all your friends, so take advantage of the opportunity of just taking a free game and claim it before you can. Well guys, thank you for sticking around for another video. Thank you for listening to me. If you're a friend of the channel, please do me a favor, hit the like button. I'm not seeing enough likes. come on, do your boy a favor and smash the like button. And if you're really a friend of the channel, do me a big favor, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button. I'm not posting a lot right now, but if I ever annoy you, you can unclick me. But for now, do me a favor, hit that bell notification button and help your friend out. Again, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this Nerdy News Roundup. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. And remember, guys, always look up. Y'all take care now.